Hey y'all, welcome back. If this is your first visit to our channel, my name is Alicia and this is just a day in my life on our homestead in central Mississippi. In a previous video, I promised y'all that I would do a video on sourdough bagels. This will be the fourth time that I've made these bagels, I believe, and this morning I needed to make sandwich bread, and the more I thought about it, the recipe for the sandwich bread that I do and these bagels is pretty much the same, the ingredients. So I doubled my sandwich bread recipe and I did half sourdough sandwich bread and half bagels. So if you need the recipe for these bagels, it is the same as my sourdough sandwich bread recipe that I posted in a previous video. The only difference is the dough does not need to be stretched and folded, and I do not do a bulk ferment in the refrigerator. I made this dough this morning, and this evening I'm processing these bagels. So the step in which you would form your sandwich loaf and put it in whatever container you're going to bake it in and put it in the refrigerator, just skip that. Then instead, I use a bench scraper and separate the dough into 8 pieces. I then form each piece into a ball and poke a hole in it with my finger. And you want to kind of stretch the hole out a little bit so that it stays defined, and let them rise under a towel. I did about 1.5 hours and they were puffy and ready, and the hole is still going to close up a little bit, but as you can see, they look like bagels. You can see the hole in them, but if it does close up, who cares? Then add sugar and baking soda to a pot of boiling water, and you're gonna let them boil for about 30 seconds on each side. Then dip them out like you see me doing here and get as much excess water off as you can, and put them on a parchment lined baking sheet. And I'm just sprinkling some coarse sea salt on top of mine. This is where you can put your seasoning, your everything bagel and all that. You can go ahead and dip them in whatever seasoning you want to use. And after you get them all boiled up, we're gonna put them in a preheated oven at 425 for 20 to 25 minutes, or until they're golden brown on top. This next recipe that I'm going to show y'all today is just a little something different, just to kind of change up your everyday weeknight menu. Here I've got some acorn squash. You can also use butternut squash. You can use spaghetti squash. It really doesn't matter. You're just gonna cut them in half, which I skipped here, but cut them in half and scoop out the seeds. And then you're just gonna drizzle them with some olive oil and salt and pepper them. And I've got a baking sheet here with olive oil on it also. And we're just gonna put these in the oven at 350 for about 25 minutes or until they're soft. You don't want them overdone or too soft, but you want them soft enough that you can scoop out some of the inside. And while those are in the oven, we're gonna cook up some sausage. You can use whatever sausage you want. I'm just using regular sausage right here. I'm gonna add Italian seasoning, so if you wanna use Italian sausage to start with, you can certainly do that. And I'm just gonna dice up a half an onion. You could also dice up a bell pepper. That would be good in this too. I don't have any bell pepper right now. Now I'm gonna add my seasoning, my onion powder, garlic powder. I think I did, black pepper, smoked paprika, and then, like I said, the Italian seasoning. And of course, some salt. And now our squash is ready. Let them cool just a little bit to where you can handle them, and scoop out some of the inside. You can leave as much as you want to, or you can take out almost all of it. Really doesn't matter. Just add some of it to your sausage mixture, and leave enough to where the squash is still sturdy enough to keep its shape. This is one of those recipes where you could add black beans, you could add rice, you could not scoop any of this out. Really, just do whatever you like. But I find that it fits better whenever you stuff everything back into the squash if you don't add rice, And this time particularly, I added just what you see here, and I put some cheese in it. This is just mild cheddar, but you can use whatever cheese you want to. And stir that around, and then we're just gonna start stuffing it back in there. This recipe reminds me of a soup that I did back in the fall with sausage and pumpkin. It's a creamy soup, and I don't know, a lot of people don't like pumpkin, but this was so good, and I will continue to make that. Let me know in the comments if you'd like the recipe for that, because, I guess it's not really a summer recipe, but I will seriously be making that every fall. It was so good. Actually, I think I posted it on my Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, it's on there. And this last little smidge in the pan is a taste test. Now I'm just going to add some more cheese on top. Push your squash together in the middle to make that easier on you. Some more seasoning on top, and we're just going to put that in the oven at 350 again. Basically just long enough to melt the cheese and get everything melted together. What you doing?
Some strawberries. Some strawberries.
What are you doing?
I'm helping him.
Thank y'all for stopping by the homestead. Don't be a stranger. Please like and subscribe for more.